Updates on open stock, ONDS, and ASST. This is the updates based on what happened on Friday, the 12th of December. It was quite a quiet day for these three stocks. You can see OPEN average volume, average 50-day volume is usually $124 million. Sorry, 124 million shares. Yesterday, the 12th, it was even less than half. We have here 49 million shares. Okay, let's just quickly see what happened to ONDS. ONDS, the volume was just slightly above its average, but still a quiet day. Still a quiet day, still a quiet day. Let's see for ASST, it was a quiet day as well. Yes, okay, still a quiet day, below average. Okay, I think it's opened that suffered the most. It was really quiet for the stock. Okay, lost 5.82%. Okay, high beta volatility. Okay, slightly expected to increase slightly. Um, what are we going to find here on its options grid? Let's see what we have. Okay, I think people are. I wouldn't want to conclude they are leaning bullish. I wouldn't conclude because these open interests surely it includes those who have bought open and those who have also sold open. But in the very short term, I don't see anything that is really going to concern market makers. Yeah, they won't be that concerned. If the stock advances towards $7, there isn't very much here to worry them. If it start to advance towards 7.5 and 8.5 rapidly, then they might be concerned in the coming days. Not much of a concern, but they will just get slightly busy, and they may be spending more money, trying to remain neutral and all of those things. On the 20, December 26th series, let's see what we have down here. Let's see. Nah, nothing here as well. But still a long time before these contracts expire. This December 26th series before they expire. So the stock has been in a distributive contraction since the middle of September of this year. Yeah, it's been in a distributive contraction, and the algo seems to be suggesting that that will be the case since the 40-day moving average began to serve as a primary supply line. I would say that was as of the 26th of November. It has remained that way. It has remained that way. So, and the algo seems to be suggesting that it may remain a primary supply line at least up till the 14th of January. So this is also the some of the things that option traders may be observing as it concerns how they are trading the options. So it's yeah. Let's see now. Let's see. I can't exactly say what they can make out of this, but it's if it is with this sort of extrapolations that market makers also go ahead. Sorry, option traders also go ahead and open positions. Okay, so not expected to go beyond its 40-day moving average. So if they determine what the moving average might be towards the 19th, that's this Friday, this coming Friday, yeah, this next Friday, and then they might be able to set their positions. Okay, so as things stand right now, this is what we are looking at, and it has that moving average, the 40-day moving average has really, served as a primary demand line, supply line twice since in less than 1 month. So it's yeah, there's a chance it might remain that way as well, unless something changes. Projections are currently saying 2.9, 3.68, 4.94, 10.36, 11.97, 12.96. Momentum is expected to remain flat, totally flat. Okay, up till towards the end of next month. That is January of 2026. ONDS lost 3.66%. Yes, this volume just slightly above average. Okay, okay, it's trading at a slight discount. It's volume weighted average price. Not exactly the most. It's a high beta stock, but not. I mean, we've seen beta of the of up to 4.5. So it is a high beta stock, but not by so much. Okay, so let's see what we have down on its options greed. Okay, yeah. Okay, so a decent amount of open interests on its $9 strike, especially on the call side. So there might be market makers who will be observing. They'll be observing what's going on. If it's what are the odds that it will advance towards $10? But yeah, if $9 is something that can happen within one session. So they'll be observing and getting ready to either buy more or sell more because as it is right now, they would have already either sold 2.2 million shares or thereabout, or may have already bought 2 million shares because of this open interest. But as the stock continues to advance towards $9, or if it gets into there, then they may begin to adjust. But it's nine twenty thousand and 20,644 open interests or contracts. It's still sizable, but it could be more. It could be more. I mean, during the days of GameStop when they were squeezed. They had triple. They had open interest up to 500,000. So you're talking about 50 million shares on one strike. So in those sort of situations, market makers were not finding it funny. But these stocks ONDS, they are all well observed. So there's really a lot of sentiment going on around them, so they won't just be um, uh, taking it lightly. When some of these open interests, well, I mean, they'll be constantly observing, constantly observing. So those orders go through them, so they're never asleep. Option transactions go through market makers, so I mean, they're never asleep. But so they will be observing things now and getting ready, and if you like, mentally getting mentally prepared. But they're all watching. These three stocks are well observed. So the underlying trend is strongly bullish. Okay, so the extrapolation here is that the contraction that seems that's okay. Well, say some sort of contraction has started to play out, and it seems it might continue based on the extrapolation, but still early days. Yesterday it contracted slightly. That was it was down 3.66%. Yeah, okay. So we'll see whether that will be the case. The 40-day moving average is also rising to contain any pullback. Okay. The stock has done well. Yeah, in a very short time, very very short time, has done well. So yeah, it's still in a strong okay, well, on the line trend strongly bullish, and also in the short time it's also strongly bullish as well. Okay. Yeah, and projections are saying 10.07, 12.02, 13.23. The extrapolation doesn't seem to be supporting any bounce, and the momentum is also not indicating any strength as well. So market makers, or rather option traders, who are, I mean, going by what we saw earlier on, I don't think maybe if this extrapolation is anything to go by, it might be giving market makers some confidence. It might be giving them some confidence, but they're never asleep. They're never asleep because options are always traded. They are the ones who facilitate them. So it doesn't matter what. I mean, they all have to remain. All they have to do is to constantly remain neutral. Try to remain neutral. Yeah. Sometimes they can. If there's a short squeeze going on, yes, they can be worried. They can get really busy. But there's no dull moment for them because these transactions go through them. If you buy, they have to. If you want to buy, they have to sell. It's automatic like that. So yeah, we'll see how all these things go. Okay. ASST down 5.73%. Okay, let's see what we have. Yeah, high beta, you can see what I mean, 4.191. Okay. Average, it's trading right slightly below its average volume, and it's now dropped below $1. You might begin to worry the owners of the company, even and indeed also with time now, Nasdaq might come and begin knocking on the door in terms of compliance. Okay, so volatility is expected to increase in the coming days. Let's see what we have on its December 19th series. Let's see what we have. Yeah, yeah. It's this is if you sum up all of these things, but yeah, that's a decent amount of open interest. But what are the odds that it's going to advance towards $1.5? $1 maybe, but the way the stock is, it's so in terms of movement, in terms of volatility is high, but it is not. Yeah, it's quite high, but it's not the sort that will move it from the current price of 0.89, 0.869 to $1.5. Not of late, not of late. So I don't there isn't very much that is really also going to worry market makers here as such. But as I indicated earlier on, market makers are not they're all constantly working. Indeed, there are things that can worry them. If there's a squeeze going on, then they may have to divert their resources to maybe that particular stock, and to make sure they are constantly neutral, to make sure that they're not in any danger. So yes, indeed, they can be troubled, they can be worried. Yeah. So let's see what we have on its charts. Okay, underlying trend still bullish, but getting neutral. I think it's almost getting neutral, if not even neutral already. The extrapolation is still more of a volatility, at least going all the way towards this 22nd of December. Then after that, from New Year's Eve, it seems, yeah, it might is there's a volley is expected to play out, but what could possibly justify this? Projections are saying 0.411, 0.1134. Yeah, it was just not too long ago in the summer, in the spring, that was when it expanded massively to the highs of around 13.01. So how time flies, it has since decayed. What can they come and possibly do to the stock to change things? But I really don't know. They're still they're previously as of the 4th of December, there were 1.88, 2.24, 2.46, but for now they are not being reiterated at all. So we'll see how all of these things pan out, and I'll definitely continue to update you. Thank you very much for watching this video.